Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. It's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Patriots send out their punter. He'll kick it away after 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And, partner, when you hear about a 6'5", 235, 240-pound quarterback, you don't often think of him being overlooked coming out of high school, do you? That's exactly what happened to Josh Allen. Overlooked, ended up going to a junior college, Reedley Community College out in California, before matriculating to the University of Wyoming, and the Cowboys were so glad to get him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
1st down, Bills.
Here's Singletary. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Tack McKinley. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
1st and 10. At their own 12-yard line.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Back at the 12-yard line.
From the gun, Murray. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd. And 9 at the 37-yard line.
Shotgun now for Murray. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. The catch made by Miller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
10 at the 49-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
It's 3rd down and 5.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
At the 38-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Murray. Pass incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. They'll find Miller, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 14 on that one, and a first down.
40-yard line.
Now Murray again. Being chased out. Murray fighting. Lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. Then he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. You think about it, Charles. This is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around him because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
Isaiah McKenzie with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bills 7, Patriots 0.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
That's good for a
Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you had everyone on that side, including a fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
and a yard.
Going on the ground with Eckler, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
At the 22-yard line.
Here is Eckler. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
On 2nd and goal, they give it to him again. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And he knocks it through. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Hayne to return. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And they will be in the playoffs as champs of the AFC East. But as it stands right now, Charles, they still would have to host a game on Wild Card Weekend because they're still looking up at that #1 seed.
And that's when you tell your team, remember, guys, at the beginning of the season, what was our deal? Let's win our division and get to the playoffs. That was job 1. Let's not get greedy about the whole thing because whether or not they end up with a first-round bye or not, you and I both know this team's going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. And again, it's Allen. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. He had a little bit. The turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down at the
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
8-yard line.
Murray now on first down. He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That's into the hands of Eckler. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Devin Asiasi with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late.
comes at 1, and it's Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Able to push his way through. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. That's good for 28 yards.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 40.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Joseph. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He'll get this into the hands of Bird. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here.
And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
Gain of 5 brings up second and...
Now an option play on second down. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
10 at the 27-yard line.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Trey Boston shot through on the safety blitz for the sack. Throwing on second and long. Murray throwing the out route incomplete. It's Miller. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
7 yards, the pickup there. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Williams on the coverage.
From the gun, it's Allen going deep for Diggs. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Number 14.
Stephon Diggs. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw, it's Murray. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, Murray. Throw caught here by Bird. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Murray. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Makes the score Patriots 24.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Gain of 31.
That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills have cut it to within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
Hey, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Third down and 8 yards to go.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Pass complete to Bird out right here. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on him, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd and 7, Allen. Smith catches left side. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 22-yard line. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Singletary again, and he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
11-yard line.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the pass.
And got his man complete. The 20, 10, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Stephon Diggs. Touchdown, Buffalo. In overtime.
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Bills, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for New England, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.